Wait, can you see this?
The whole thing?
Yeah.
Okay, go. Yeah.
Okay, so for my study, I'm gonna do circles. So I'm gonna start with really big ones. Try to make them. I'm gonna try to make them as big as possible in the beginning. Just kind of let them fill in the space. And then I'm gonna start making them smaller in size. And essentially, the smaller they are, the more space they'll begin to take up and fill in. So just keep making them small. Maybe a little bigger one. Keep making them small and smaller. And then I'm gonna start filling it in with really tiny circles just to really get the gaps in between for the porosity. So I want to do these circles because as you see, the smaller they are and the more you touch them and closer they are together, the more space they take up. But they could also be seen as holes, so like I'm cutting more holes into the paper and there's kind of like nothing left, or I'm just kind of really suffocating these circles and they can't really move or breathe, and so it's very, very stiff. So it's kind of open to interpretation the way you want to see the circles and how they're porous. So I just keep making them nice and dark and try my best for them not to overlap. But I think the big part of this for me more is just the touching and the getting them close together, the sizes, and kind of seeing how they fill in together. Because even with bigger ones, like say if I just try to make it as big as possible to fill them in, you can see there's still like nooks left and more spaces in between versus the smaller circles, which had a lot. These circles are probably more like ellipses. So I think I want to call this touch. This sketch would be called touch. Just kind of exploring how close you could get something and how much spaces you could fill in with just the circles. So just kind of make them really big for some of them to show the contrast and porosity. And then the small ones, like they're kind of in the gaps, so you can't in a way you can't do it in order, you can't like just put all the small stuff like on one side and the big on another, especially when you're trying to touch everything and connect them. They kind of like fill in each other like in mismatch. And so yeah, so just kind of filling everything in, and so you essentially find the tighter spaces. Fill this one in, and I'll just fill up the last few. So for the next one, for my next sketch, and I've overlapped a few of them, but this is my first sketch. So I'm gonna call this one touch. Okay, you can stop it.